Thank you, Ramsay. My name is Bernard Cesaroni, and I've been living in Champaign for quite a number of years and went to school here. Long time ago, in the late 60s and early 70s, when I started reading the Gita and the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna and biography of Swami Yogananda Paramahansa and other texts. So that was my introduction many years ago. And in the 1970s, I began to visit the Vedanta Center in Chicago. Swami Ishatmananda was the president, I think called president, is that the title? President there at that time. And in the 1980s, I actually spent 2 years living at the Ganges Monastery. And since that time, I've been going back periodically. But this is not really about me. Many of you do know about the center. As Ramsay mentioned, Swami Vivekananda came to Chicago, among many other places in the U.S., to introduce Vedanta here in 1893 at the Parliament of Religions. And then a number of years later, in the 1930s, Swami Gyaneshwarananda came and started the Vedanta Center in Chicago, and it's been going ever since. In the 1950s, or 1960s, somewhere, not exactly the date, Swami Ishatmananda came and took over the presidency, and he was very energetic. He was the Swami who I knew there, and he arranged for the purchase of the property in Hyde Park. It was 5423 South Hyde Park Boulevard. So I have that address memorized. Been there a number of times. And he also arranged for the purchase of the Ganges Monastery and Retreat Center in, curiously enough, Ganges, Michigan. There was no connection. The city was named, or it's not really a city, a little town named Ganges much earlier by a visitor from India. Swami Ishatmananda started those ventures, and besides that, being very energetic, he traveled around the country and around Canada, I think Trinidad and other countries in the Caribbean, establishing Vedanta satellite centers. So the Chicago Center has a wide influence all over our continent, thanks to Swami Ishatmananda. After he passed away, Swami Chidananda took over the center, and he's been there for maybe it's 15 years, something like that. And he was instrumental in moving the center from the location in Hyde Park, which had gotten very crowded, to the more somewhat more retreat-like center in Homer Glen, where it is now located. So that was a good piece of work. And in 2013, last year, Swami Ishatmananda took over the center, and he's jumped right into the work. But before that, he's done a lot of great work in India. Of course, I did not know you in India, but I know that a lot has been done. He joined the order in Meghalaya, which strikes me as a little unusual. Most people are in Calcutta. He worked at Advaita Ashrama for a number of years and at the mission in Purulia in West Bengal, and was the founder of the Port Blair Vedanta Center in the Andaman Islands, and also was principal of the Ramakrishna School in Arunachal Pradesh. So a lot of good work there. Besides all that administrative work, he found a lot of time for writing articles on Vedanta and giving lectures and giving seminars. And he continues to do that work here in Chicago. And I believe there's, if you're interested in those, there's cassettes of the lectures and I think some books in the back, which you can look at later. And jumping right into the work in Chicago, he also was a major force in the Chicago Calling venture, which was a venture in honor of the 150th birth anniversary of Swami Vivekananda. And that involved visits from many monks around the world, as well as devotees, and there were also music and art performances at Ganges Monastery, as well as the Hindu Temple in Chicago, the Homer Glen Center, and there was a conference at the Hilton in downtown Chicago. And so all that work, he's jumped right in, and he's following, I guess, Swami Ishatmananda's work in coming out to places such as here, visiting us in Champaign. And I was also very impressed with Swami emailing the center. Swami himself answers. He's on Facebook, he's on Twitter. He's much more modern than I am. So that's a wonderful thing. So, Swamiji, thank you.
Thank you, Varuna, and welcome, my young friends. So today, you know that I will be speaking what religion is. What is religion? And how religion can help us. Now there's a lot of confusion about the religion. In the beginning, before my talk, I like to pray to God. So for the welfare of each and everyone Sarvastaratu durgani sarvo bhadrani pashyatu. Do you think you will be able to repeat along with me? All of you? It's nice. Please try. I will break it in a small and you can repeat. Let everybody be happy. Let everybody be healthy. Let there be no uncertainty and difficulty in anybody's life. Let peace be all over to each and everyone. That is the universal prayer. Long back, nearly 5,000 years before, the people were taught to pray like this. So the Catholicity and the brotherhood for each and everyone. Let us try. Sarvastaratu durgani sarvo bhadrani pashyatu sarvasat buddhimapnotu sarva sarvatra nandatu. In the prayer they say, let the noble thought come to each and everyone. This is very important, and that is what religion is. The human being, we are now superior than all other, we are comparing with other species in this world. But think of the primary day and the beginning of this earth. The human beings were more vulnerable than anyone else. The tiny little human being not having anything to protect. No food, no clothing, and no residence or in the houses. And comparing with the huge body and the powerful body of the animals, they were very, very vulnerable in this world, in this universe, we can say it in this world. But now at present, we are the master. Each and everything, they're all depending on our mercy. How we could get the strength? That is only the thought, and that is education. Through education, the human being got all power. And this is the university, very famous university. The son of Rabindranath Tagore, he came over here long back to study. So this is a very famous, very big university. You are the students of this university. Here education is given. And what is that education? Education, to me, is the combination of 5 actions. Observation, discrimination, utilization, preservation and transmission. The primitive man observed that 2 big branches of a tree rubbing together creating fire. Observed it. He didn't see, he observed. There's differences there. We see so many things and then we forget. But when you are observing minutely, and after observing discrimination, he is thinking whether this will be useful or not. And then he is utilizing that knowledge. And after that, he is not forgetting, he is not throwing away, he is preserving that knowledge and transmitting the same thing to the next generation. So this is the whole process is called education. Education is the combination of 5 actions. With this power, the human being have proceeded. And the more and more and more they captured the external nature, they became more powerful, but still they were not happy. And when they started asking question, Ko ayam kutu ayat kaba gati me? These 3 questions were asked in a long time back. Who am I? Am I this body? Am I these senses? Am I this social identity that I am having? Who am I? Where from have I come? And after my death, where I am going to go? Ko ayam, who am I? Kuta ayat, where from have I come? Ka ba gati me, where I am going to go? These three questions. People started asking. And then they were going to the senior people and they were asking. And this is the beauty of the human, that after they are satisfied with this external world, they didn't stop. They are going on inquiring. And this religion, it comes from the word re, means backward, and lego means bind. And it is tied at the back. What is that? Source. So that's why about the religion they say going back to the source. What is religion? Going back to the source, or journey backward. It doesn't hear good, so why they are going backward? Actually it is inward, or we can say journey towards God. So this is the, in brief, this is religion, going back to the source. Where from have I come? And what is my goal in this life? They were inquiring. And this is the beauty, when they were inquiring, different type of people at different places, particularly in the Indian peninsula, we get this history. And there the history they say that different people whom they call rishis, munis. Rishis means those far-sighted people. Muni means who think. And deeply, they are all the time analyzing. That they are the Mananshila Muni. They are constantly thinking about why this is happening. To one person, he saw the apple is falling from the tree. Hundreds of people they are seeing every day. But this person started thinking. They call Muni, Mananshila. He said, why it is not going up? Why it is falling down? Law of gravitation was discovered. So the Mananshila, the Muni, means he is observing a phenomena and all the time thinking about it, analyzing it, going to the root cause. That's called Muni. These Mananshilas, these people started thinking, this body is the combination of so many things. So naturally, we are dying. And after the death, this body is mixing with so many other things. And from which this body came, the whole universe came, they found out only 5 elements. In Sanskrit they call Bhuta, Pancha, Bhuta. Pancha means 5. And Bhuta means the elements. Shiti, this earth. Apa, water. Teja, the fire. Maruta, the air. Vyoma, the space. This is science. Religion is a science. Analyzing the human being. And it's slowly going down. So there is a way they are expressing in the Upanishad. Veda means knowledge. The religion, particularly now they call Hindu religion, the word Hindu came from the Parsis. The Parsis used to come to India and they used to cross the river Sindhu. Now still the river is there in the Pakistan. And they used to pronounce Sa as Ha. So Sindhu became Hindu. And the land after the river became Hindustan. Stan means the place. Pakistan, Afghanistan. So it became Hindustan. The land beyond or after the river Sindhu became Hindustan. The people and their religion became Hindu. But actually this religion is supposed to be called as Vedic religion. It's based on the Veda, V-E-D-A. What does it mean by this word Veda? Knowledge. Nothing but knowledge. And what is that knowledge? All type of knowledge. Everything. How to cultivate the land, and then how to maintain the cows, everything, all little economy, then administration, the society, everything is there at the same time. Now and then they are telling the spiritual truth. That's called Vedanta. Vedanta. Anta means end. End of knowledge. What is that end of knowledge? Self. Now here we come to that self. Where from this self came? We were discussing, people were asking questions, putting questions, and slowly, some of the people, they thought, they examined this whole external universe. It is there in the Upanishads, those who are studying Upanishads, beautifully in the very lucid Sanskrit. Pariksha lokan karmachitan brahmana nirvedamaya akritakritena. Pariksha lokan. Lokan means this world. And they examine this world. And the Brahmana means intellectual people. They were inquiring. So, am I this? Am I this? Am I this? Am I this? And they looked at their own self. This body, I was a small little boy. Then I grew up. Now I am going to be old. And then someday I will die. So I was a small little boy, I grew up, I am going to be old, I will die. So I constantly changing. What is changing? This body is changing. Look at it, the scientific way. This body is changing, and anything that changes is going to be destroyed. But something must be static. Otherwise, these changes cannot be observed. You know, majority of you are science students, you are the science masters. Anything that is changing must have an observer, static, then only. In that case, what actually observing my changes? I was a small little boy. I am grown up. I am going to be old. I am going to die. That I. What is that I? Then after examining the external world, they didn't get the answer. Everything is changing. The sun, and all these things that we see every moment, it is changing. Then they looked at their inner self. Kaschit dhira pratyak atmanamakshat. Dhira means those who are quiet, disciplined mind, intelligent person. Kaschit dhira, a few intelligent people. What they did? Abritta chakshu, amritattamichan. Chakshu means the eye. They closed their eyes. Does it mean only eyes? No. They meditated. They concentrated. They pondered over a thought. And when they are meditating, what do? They close their eyes. Many of you may be practicing meditation. And what is that meditation? Now, yoga, the word the same. Closing the eye. Why do you close our eyes? Because we have 5 senses. This eye, the ear, the nose, the skin, and the tongue. Chakshu, karna, nasika, jivha, and tak. The Sanskrit words. These 5 senses going out and collecting the information, coming back to my mind. Isn't it? I see something, immediately it reacted on my mind. I hear something, is a reaction on my mind. Everything is collection. That's called ahara. In Sanskrit, the ahara means eating. Aharan. I am getting the information. And suppose I close all these sources of information, then what happens? Mind becomes tranquil. When the mind becomes tranquil, what is there inside the mind? That is revealed. That is called yoga. That is called meditation. That is called samadhi. That is the highest stage of a human being. And the moment you can control your mind, you can do so many things. But can you control your mind? A very established person came yesterday to me and he was telling Swamiji, I can do so many things. Only one thing I cannot. I cannot control my mind and I am suffering. In the night I cannot sleep. How can I help myself? I'm not mentioning his name. So this way people are coming, students are coming, and the society people are coming. They have everything except one. What is that? Control over their side. Now, again and again, you heard Swami Vivekananda. The word Swami means the master. My name is Swami Ishatmananda. Ananda at the end, and Swami, the word, the beginning, for the sannyasins, Hindu sannyasins. What is Swami means? Master. Who's master? We have to become master of your own self. And how? Now, some basic question. Like where from the conception of God came? Different people at different time and different situations, they have given the answer. In the primitive time, when the people used to look at the phenomena, the nature, tremendous powerful wind is coming, uprooting the big trees and carrying it. They, out of fear and awe, they used to say, this nature is God. And you will find that in almost every tribal religion, they always worship the nature. In the beginning, they started thinking this nature is God, this wind is God, this huge, vast ocean is God, that mountain, no one knows what is there on the top, God, sky is God, sun is coming, is God. So that way, whole nature became God or goddesses. And then afterwards, some people started thinking, this also, it is the opinion of some people, that dead ancestors, they were with us. Only yesterday he was talking with me. Suddenly something has happened to him. Whole body is there, but he is not talking, he is not moving. What happened to him? They used to wonder. And they thought they have become God. And another people, a group of people, they used to think that ruler is there in the society. There's a king or some leader is there, he is ruling the society. There must be someone above in the heaven or somewhere who is also ruling. That's why you will see that the Roman, the gods and goddesses, they're having powerful body and with the arms and armaments in his hand, all the time ruling. So that conception, if you are not good, God will punish you. So this way only, and finally, as the people, they grew in education, their thoughts became refined. Then another thought came to overcome the limitation. The birds are flying, I like to fly like that. The fishes are inside the water, I like to be like that. I like to go down deep into the ocean. What is there? I like to know. I like to climb over there on the top of mountain. I like to do anything and everything that I want. That to go beyond the limitation, and that is, at present, the religion came to go beyond the limitation. So this is religion. And this religion has come, particularly the most ancient religion, the Hinduism, through question and answer. It's not someone came and dictated and everybody believed it. No, there's a lot of questions. If you read the Upanishads, they are called Prasna Upanishad. Prasna means questions, one after another questions. And the question means, he was asking, Bhagavan kuto hava ima praja prajayanta iti? Bhagavan means, oh my venerable sir, can you please tell me where from all these people have come and all these creatures have come? Who has created them? This is the question. Then he said, there is Atman, there is Brahman, from that these things have come. Well, no. Whatever you are telling it is, I cannot understand it. Tell me in such a way so that I can understand. As if there is a cow and a horse. And a person is coming, look at this. This is a cow and this is a horse. We can understand. We know the difference. We know that this is a cow and this is a horse. Like that, can you please tell me, what is that Brahman? What is that Atman? So look at it, how they are asking the questions. And again it is, they are asking. One person came. He is very well placed in the society. He came to the Muni, Mananshila, and he was asking, Saunaka Bhabai Mahashalo Angirasham Vidhivad Upasanna Prapacha is telling the story. Shaunaka, the name of that person was Shaunaka. Vidhivat, that means in a perfect way he is coming and asking this question. Suddenly, when you are passing in the road, and hey, can you please tell me about God? It won't do. You cannot ask question like that. You have to come in a proper manner, proper fashion. Prepare, then only you will know. Otherwise, suddenly some people passing through that way, what is this building? Oh, this is a chemistry. They teach chemistry, is it? He comes and, can you teach me some chemistry? Will he? Who can teach him? So similarly, about religion also, you have to prepare yourself. Then only one can teach you. So what is religion? Going back to the source. And when you go back to the source, what you find? Yourself. You are the maker. And what is you? It's the self. And what is this self? In every being. So slowly, as the human being developed, this idea and refined idea came. Kasminnu bhagavo vigyate sarvamidam vigyatam bhavati iti. Look at the question. Tell me one thing, by knowing which I can understand everything. By knowing which I can understand everything. There are some people who are so much afraid of computer. They don't like to touch the one, even the key. So when they used to teach the computer, they'll say, don't bother, go on beating the keys. Even if you break, no problem. The computer is nothing is going to happen to the computer. So you are afraid. And then slowly, you know computer, you know everything. You know how to do this, how to do that. So many things. You were telling that I am more advanced and modern using this Twitter and no, actually not. Some of my young friends, your disciples and the devotees, they all do like that. They will be telling Swamiji, let us use this whole, the media to spread the good message. People are spreading so many things. Why not spread the good message? And what is this message? Confidence in yourself. If you are not good in some subject, you are good in something. You are the master. And don't lose your heart. And this is the beauty in America. When Swami Vivekananda came over here, and he observed the society, he wrote a beautiful letter back to his friends and disciples. So when the people are coming from different places of America to America, their heads are hanging on their chest. They are shy to do anything. Now the atmosphere of America whisper, Pat, you can do it. John, you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Constantly. You have to do it. You must have to. Then after 6 months, the same person is confident, shaking hands with the President of America. And that is religion. Religion is self-confidence. Why? Not because the ego is not ego. Self-confidence. What is ego? I only can do and nobody else. That is ego. And what is self-confidence? If those people can do, I too can do. That is self-confidence. Maybe that he is good in something, in chemistry or in physics. I am good in something else. Vivekananda is telling, a cobbler is mending a shoe. He cannot rule the country like a king. But the king can rule a country. Can he mend a shoe? He can't. Each is great in his own place. Look at it. So that is the confidence, and that we find mostly in America. And that is why Swami Vivekananda taught Vedanta. And what is that Vedanta? I am responsible for anything that I get. You are the maker of your own destiny. That is the ultimate of religion. You are the maker of your own destiny. Today you are suffering. Now comes another thing. I'm just touching the points, Time is very short. So that's why today I am very happy. I am getting everything. Why? Then the Hindus will come and say, because of your past karma. This karma theory comes. Reincarnation theory comes. We take birth again and again, again and again. We do not know whether you believe it or not. This is the truth. Whether you understand it or not, this is the truth. Whether a child understands or not, that putting a finger in the fire is going to burn. No, I don't believe. Go and do it. So like that, there are some truths, and you have to understand it. And slowly, when you understand it better, what you do? You try to withdraw from all this. And what are all this? These all worldly things. This name, this fame, and all that we see and constantly we think, this will give me pleasure. Is it really? No. Please don't mind. There is so much of love and so much of divorces. Why? If you are loving for so many years, then why you are divorcing? Because the moment you come near, and then you start hating each other, then again we go and separate, and then again we choose someone else, then again we do the same thing, it goes on. And why this person is doing like that? Because they think they are going to get happiness. But no, friends, happiness cannot be derived from external world. This is for temporary. You like to eat pizza, you love pizza, you eat pizza for how many days? Then after some time, no, this is enough. Something else, something else, something else. How many varieties? So that's why, tyage naike amritattamanashuhu. The ultimate word is, you have to renounce, whether you like it or not. 2-3 times we are brushing our teeth, we like to keep it. And all the time we are careful about our hair. All the time we are careful about our body. But someday is going to be old. Someday all this, our body and other limbs is going to go away. Nothing is going to stay. And the buildings, huge, you go and see the palatial buildings in India in different corners. Kings used to rule over there. And in Delhi, the capital of India, there's a huge fort called Red Fort. Thousands of people died to protect that fort. And thousands died to enter into that fort, to capture that fort. And now today if you go, only 10 rupee, just purchase a ticket and you can go inside. Nothing, no problem. You can go to the bedroom of the Nawab, the king. You can go to the place where the queens used to be. Every place is open. Why? Because the history, nothing is permanent. Nothing is permanent. See, if we don't understand this, we suffer. And constantly suffer. Life after life we suffer. Then ultimately one day we say, enough. Come back. And that's why Jesus said, blessed are those who are pure in heart, for they shall see God. I do not understand. I cannot explain why they say you are a sinner. And you are a born sinner. And then why Jesus is telling that kingdom of heaven is within you. What is the kingdom of heaven? Unselfishness. So what is religion? Unselfishness. What is religion? To understand this truth. What is religion? To realization. Swami Vivekananda says, religion is realization. What is to realize? This truth. This truth that each and everything is changing, only one thing is static, permanent. That is called by the yogis, they say, self, Atman, Paramatman. And other people, they say God, Allah, Jehovah, Bhagavan. The same thing, that is permanent. And right this moment we do not understand. We think, oh, this is all nothing. When we were children, we were so much attached to our small games, dolls, all these things. So when the elderly people used to come, hey, why you are all the time playing with that? Leave it. Give it to some of our friends. We used to feel, why? This is the only thing that I am having. The children will never give up the ball or the dolls or anything, because that is their life. And now we are thinking, I like to be a Nobel laureate, I like to have this, I like to have that. Then when you grow up again, intellectually, then you will say, oh, this is also nothing to me. So this is varying about the knowledge. The Veda means knowledge. Ultimate knowledge is knowledge of the self. The realization of God. How we can do that? That is the process, is to control your own self and to become more unselfish. And to become unselfish, you have to understand others and try to love others. The more you can love, the more you gain all this. In the religion, they are having some of the things like philosophy. In each and every religion, first is a philosophy. Why should I do this? Some people, that yesterday, I think few days back, I was reading in the newspaper, Chicago Tribune, a group of people, unbelievers of God, they have assembled. And now they have formed a society, and that society is thinking to help people. Good. But why they are helping people? Emotion. Just sheer emotion. Oh, they're poor. Now suppose the poor person say, hey, what type of food you are giving? I don't like this food. Immediately they'll be angry. Immediately they will take out the card from his hand and go away. I don't like to help you. Then all his emotion will go away. But that's why to do something you need a philosophy. Why I am doing? Just to get patting, just to get clapping, just to get name, just to get the vote. What for I am doing? Money, name, fame, what? That philosophy is necessary. Love thy neighbor as thyself. Why should I? Why should I love my neighbor? Forgive them. Jesus is telling, why should I forgive them? And that question, the answer is called philosophy. And this philosophy, after that comes mythology. Immediately after the philosophy comes mythology. Philosophy is abstract. And mythology gives a shape through stories, through real life stories, sometimes imaginary stories. Like that, it's called mythology in every. Then comes ritual. These rituals slowly take you near to the truth. First is philosophy, then comes mythology, then ritual. And here we differ. Why so many religions? There's only one religion. La ilaha illallah. In the Muslims they say, La ilaha illallah. What is that? God is one and He has no two. And in the Christianity also they, God is one and He has created this whole universe. And in the Hindus they say, Ekam Sat Vipra Bhudavadanti. Sat means the one, unchangeable, eternal, every moment He is there. But people call Him in different names, that's all. So only one. Then why so many religions? No, religion is the same. God is same. Goal is the same. Ultimate goal is the same, but the process are different. You are here in the Urbana-Champaign, you are in this university, your atmosphere, all these facilities, it is not there in India. It's not there in Bangladesh. It is not there in so many places. But a person who is there studying mathematics, maybe in Delhi University, and you are also studying here the mathematics, someone in the Great Britain also studying mathematics, their language is different, and the facilities are different, teachers are different. But when they graduate, they all become mathematicians. Then the person from India, they can come and become a teacher over here in America. And the boy from America, after graduation, can go to India, can become a professor over there. The knowledge is same. Isn't it? So similarly, a person is going to the mosque, there is nothing. Just like the wall. Have you gone to mosque? If you go and you'll see, just like the wall, nothing is there. And they'll be facing to the wall, and then they'll pray. If you go to the church, Protestants are different, Catholics are different. It is different. If you go to the Hindu temple, so many gods and goddesses. Again, there are some Hindus, if you go, no temple, nothing is there. If you ask him, who is your God, where is your temple? My body is the temple, and my soul is the God. They are called Vedantin. If you go to the Himalaya, in the India, some Swamis are sitting like this. If you go and ask Swami, where is your temple and what is your God? Who is your God? This body is my temple and my soul is my God. So many differences, all ritual. But after the ritual come morality. When you are coming to the church, then you are listening the discourses, and they will be telling, don't tell lies, don't harm others, try to help them, try to forgive them. One person went to Jesus and asked, you are asking to forgive. I have a fight with my brother. How many times should I forgive him? 70 times? And Jesus says, 70 times 7. Infinite time. Go on forgiving. You have tremendous courage, tremendous strength within your mind. You know you are standing on the top of the world. You can forgive. Who can forgive? A powerful person can forgive. Think of that. You are God yourself. So this way morality. And then finally comes spirituality. And what is that spirituality? Being and becoming. When you are going to the school, you are carrying some book and a notebook and all this, recording, writing, then submitting your thesis, and someday you become the professor. You are writing books on that subject. Other people are reading, getting knowledge from you. So that is called knowledge. If a person is going 6 years, he was going to the school with a bag full of books. And then 60 years, the same way, every day, he is carrying the bag full of books and going to the same classroom. Will you call him, oh, such a good student? You'll call him. So he is a fool. He can't learn. Similarly, if we are going to the churches when you are 6 years old, holding the hand of our grandpa or grandma, and going over there, and afterwards, in the 60 years, I am holding the hand of my grandchild, going to the same church, but no transformation. What then? So transformation is called spirituality. If you know the truth, then, and what is the transformation? Love. We love, but we love only small. I love my near and dear one. I love my relatives. I love my neighbors. I love my nation. No. There should not be any barrier, any frontier. The love all over, each and every one. Sarvas taratu durgani, sarvo bhadrani pashyatu. Look at the prayer. I do not know where these people are, but oh God, whoever is there, in any corner of the world, please bless them, help them, so they become happy. So that is called spirituality. Now, what is the benefit of religion then, if this question comes? What is the benefit? Peace. And where there is peace, there is progress. What do you want? In every society, in every country, in every time, what do we want? Peace and progress, and nothing else. And suppose we really become spiritual, suppose we really utilize religion in the proper sense of the term. Some people are there who are asking the younger people, and keep your bomb over here, a time bomb, go to the market and blast it, kill yourself, and also try to kill as many people it is possible. And what will happen to you? No, you will directly go to the heaven. And they are really going and killing themselves and also killing other people. Is this religion? If any religion is teaching hatred, if any religion is teaching division, it is not religion. It may be politics, it may be anything, but not religion. Religion means love. Ultimately, look at the life of Jesus Christ. When the people were nailing him, he was alive. And they were nailing him. In that excruciating pain, he was praying for them. Oh God, forgive them. That is called religion. And that is called love. Because it's just like becoming a great personality and forgiving. Oh, they are children making some mistake. Swami Vivekananda is telling, can you take the position of a physician who is pouring the life-giving medicine into the mouth of a child who is kicking him? The child doesn't know that it is going to save his life. He is kicking the physician, and whether the physician will say, no, I am not going to help this child. No. With great compassion, he will put that medicine. So similarly, religion means that. And if we really practice religion, friends, I really feel you are the excellent people, most intelligent people, millions and millions. Among them, you are special. Do not forget it. Whether you are simply going to live a life becoming a professor, or writing some books, some articles, and visiting some universities, delivering lectures, and completing like this. Do you think that you are not having any other responsibility? Yes, you have. You must. Swami Vivekananda, in one point of time in our country, when he looked at these educated people, and they, after becoming educated, they never go back, never help. Then he said, I hold them traitors who, being educated at the expenses of these people, because so many people are paying taxes, and from the taxes only government is paying. So from there only you are getting the education. You are indebted. When to pay back your debt to these people who are suffering? Want to think about it? How you can? Just giving some money, giving some clothing, giving some medicine? No. You can by that way, but at the same time lead a beautiful religious life. What is the religious life? Tell your people, tell your whoever comes near you, why we are human beings. Why can't we love others? Why can't we spread this thing to others? We discuss everything except religion. Why? Why we feel shy to discuss religion? We need not to discuss the traditional schools. We discuss about religion, what really it means. If this is the self-confidence, if this is the love, if this is purity, if this is unselfishness, why not try? And by this way, I am assuring you, you will get peace. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Swamiji, for such a nice discourse. So we have some time for a quick question or two.
Oh yeah.
Really enjoyed your talk. It was just beautiful to hear. Thank you so much. I just wanted to say one thing. This is not a disagreement, but I wanted to say, just as you mentioned that the unbelievers, as you termed them, may use emotion to help and back off, I think that same thing can be done in the name of religion, where
The same thing?
can be done in the name of religion, where I say I'm going to help somebody, but it's really because I have some external way of thinking about, well, if I do that, then I'll get this. So I think the emotion you talked about, that also applies for people who do it in the name of religion. But I get your point that there's a deeper reason for helping others.
Because there's a philosophy, and that philosophy in whatever way you are receiving, but that philosophy will help you. Swami Vivekananda is telling, through unselfish way, you can reach the same goal where Buddha reached by his knowledge, Christ by his prayer. Through the way of devotion, through the way of knowledge, they reached in that highest point. There you can reach only by helping others unselfishly. This is the philosophy. Now if you know that philosophy, wherever you go, in the whatever way you are serving, after that you won't have the repentance. That is the...
Thank you. It's wonderful to hear you. Thank you for your
Thank you.
Any more questions? Okay, since we are running out of time, she has a question.
Oh yes? Huh?
Hi, that is a really nice talk. I have a kind of unrelated question, but so we say man is a social animal and we kind of work as a group and everything. And once we work with other people, then we kind of get attached and we kind of have expectations on them. And many times expectations more or less lead to sadness. I mean, because people really can't fulfill your expectations. I think this whole thing is a cycle, but I'm not sure if I got everything right, because many times I keep thinking about this and I never really...
Now you have come to the right point, expectation. The moment you are expecting, every time there is a chance to get sadness. Maybe that whatever you were expecting that has not been fulfilled. So that's why even the parents, when they are expecting that the children will be like this and that,
Yeah.
so this way, what we have to do, in Bhagavad Gita, long back, Sri Krishna, the God, is teaching through Arjuna, all the human being, karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. Do your duty perfectly, but do not expect the result. And how? You rather offer it at the feet of God. I have done as a parent to look after my children. I have done my job as best as possible. Oh God, I do not know. Only see that my children are happy. They are on the right path. And similarly, as a children or as a boss or as a professor or as a scientist, whatever duty you are doing, responsibility you have taken up, you have to perfectly perform and then give it up. So that way you are always unattached and no reaction on your mind. What happens? All these things come on our mind. Suppose a general, he has been given the responsibility to make the war on behalf of a big country. And suppose there is a defeat. And what usually the general do, they will go and commit suicide, or that they will be... Rather, if they perfectly do their duty and they say, I have tried my best, then there will be nothing within his own mind. He will be satisfied. And that satisfaction, no one can give you. That's all.
How do we define our duty? Like, what is the limit to this duty?
Duty means whatever. Suppose I am a monk. Nobody forced me to become a monk. I have come of my own, and then I have accepted this. And being a monk, I am not supposed to do this and that, going to the 5-star hotel or doing this and that. That is not the life. Our duty is to practice religion and preach religion. That is mine. So when I am going to the people preaching religion, many are not accepting. And if I go and think like this, oh, I am going to so many places, I have drove 5 hours and these people are not listening. So I came, I tried to tell them as best I have understood. If it is not, they are not accepting, what I can do, I leave it to God. I pray that everybody understand the truth, and I believe that by that way they will be happy. Only I am telling, don't misunderstand others. Try to understand them first. Then be confident in your own place, whatever. Don't be weak. Somebody is good. So some of your friends are very good. And that's why don't lose your heart. You have some other places to be successful. The self-confidence. And whatever way it is possible, try to help others without expecting anything from them. These are my teaching. I am going and try to tell them. If it is not, result is not there, I am not going to be disappointed. I have tried my best. So like this only. So my responsibility as a monk is this. Your responsibility as a student or a teacher, that I have to try to teach my students in such a way that they understand it. So one lady, she is a chemistry professor, she was telling, one of our students came and told, ma'am, I am not going to write all the answer, but you should give me the full number. Then she told, how can I? If you are not answering all the questions, how can I give all the number? So whatever question you will write, I will try to give the number. But still time is there. 2 months are there. Why don't you prepare? I will help you. And this is so simple. You will be able to answer all the questions. Then again she said, are you going to tell me all the questions before the exam? Then she said, not directly but indirectly. I will teach you all these formulas. Maybe 5 or 6, one will come sure. So like that, she is encouraging, and after that what happened? Then she told, I have taken the only exam, let me see how much result. So this way you have to be very careful. There was a very great teacher, long back. 2 boys, and they were princes and very naughty, and they will never learn anything from anyone. The king, the father, he was thinking what to do. Then they engaged so many teachers, everybody failed. Then he engaged a teacher, Vishnu Shastri. He was very famous. He came and he told, hey boys, we are not going to learn anything, okay? And they were so happy. This is the first time someone is telling, nothing to learn. See, secretly we'll go out of this house because your father is keeping so many eyes. So people are watching us, secretly we'll go and we'll play over there, right? Okay. Then they went and slowly, every day he started telling them true stories in so many ways. So they became very learned afterwards and good kings. So this is the way one teacher should work. So that is the responsibility of a father, as a mother, and a politician, as a king. Each and every one having his own responsibility. The moment you have accepted the responsibility, you have to perform it. The one young army man, he was waiting in the station in India. I was sitting over there waiting for the train to come. Then we started conversing, and I told, what is your salary and this and that? He was telling, I told, oh, this is good. You are earning a lot of money. And even when you are in vacation, government is paying for all this. Then he said in Hindi, Swamiji, and then I'll tell you in English, sir, it's really, I'm getting so much of money, but when the time will come to dedicate my life, I cannot say no. Being a soldier, I cannot say, I have my children, I have my family, I cannot go to fight, I may die over there. No. So that is the responsibility. So the moment you are accepting a responsibility, before that you think. And when you accept the responsibility, give 100% of your dedication to that. But again, ultimately, don't expect the result that somebody will praise you, you have done your duty. That's all.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much. Oh, so many questions.
Uh,
I
yeah,
think
maybe we can take one last quick question and then we can have further questions offline. Swamiji will be available after the talk.
Yes, so I have seen this book, Chicago Addresses. I just wanted to know, like, do you know any speaker who addresses the audience as as brothers and sisters, or my loving people, or anything of the sort? Because when I was looking at the book, the first words, brothers and sisters, the audience loved it, and you know what, I loved it. So I've always wanted to know, do you know anyone who addresses the audience as brothers and sisters?
So Swami Vivekananda, no, not brothers and sisters and brothers. Sisters first.
Sorry.
So here, Swami Vivekananda, when he addressed the audience as sisters and brothers of America, it was not only just a sentence. That is very important. Please sit down. See, here in the Vedanta, they say, when you are really feeling and that you are expressing, it will touch the heart of the people. So the sisters and brothers, when he said he came from India, in those times, 1893, he was the first Indian. Americans were not knowing the word India at all. You know, I was just searching Google, someone gave me that. In 1947, India got the freedom. 1950, in America, there was not a single Indian. The India was known to Europe, but not to America. Vivekananda came 1893. And then the American people never knew the word India. And he was going to tell about the Vedanta, the philosophy which is totally unknown to these people. Even they liked. And what he said, no Sanskrit word, no Indian word. He said a simple English, sisters and brothers. Why? 7,000 people stood up and clapped for so many minutes. What was there in this is not the simple word. It was the real feeling that they got the touch and they had to. That's why they say the word is powerful. And through that word, he gave the spiritual touch and they really felt that he is his brother. So that's why this is many people afterwards they tried. In Calcutta, after 100 years of the parliamentary religion, 1993 there was a parliamentary religion. So many people also came. One gentleman, I was also present over there. He came, I think, from some of the state of India. He came just like Swami Vivekananda's that dress, the turban and everything was just like Vivekananda. And when he was asked to deliver his lecture, he kept his hands crossed on his chest, just like Vivekananda, and he addressed the people of Calcutta, sisters and brothers of Calcutta. No clapping. Everybody was waiting next to what he's going to say. Then he thought that he roused, sisters and brothers of Calcutta. Nobody is rising. And everybody is wondering why he's shouting so much. Then the president of that meeting, he came and said, sir, it's okay, you can continue. So only sisters and brothers won't do. With those words, you have to give your real feeling. Then only it will touch the heart. Vivekananda gave the real feeling. He really felt that they are also my brothers and sisters. Thank you.